You step onto your balcony. The breeze smells like salt, sun, and a hint of olive oil. Below, the sea sparkles like a travel influencer's Instagram feed. The rent? Less than your Netflix subscription and your last panic DoorDash order combined. Welcome to the Mediterranean, where the lemons are bigger than your dreams. The espresso hits harder than your landlord's passive-aggressive texts. And if you know where to look, the beach property doesn't have to bankrupt you. Forget St. Tropez and Mykonos. This isn't about overpriced mojitos and yachts you'll never be invited on. This is for the dreamers, the misfits, the spreadsheet warriors looking for that seaside escape without selling a kidney. Here are 14 of the cheapest places to buy seaside property, ranked not just by price, but by vibe, culture, and whether or not you'll be living next to someone's 14th Airbnb rental. Stick on to the end, as I have a bonus mention too at the end of the video. And if you've ever fantasized about owning a beach house for less than a year's rent in your overpriced city, smash that subscribe button and hit the like button. Number 14. Larnaca, Cyprus. A warm sea, English-speaking locals, and a tax system that makes digital nomads weep with joy. Larnaca isn't as flashy as Limassol or Paphos, but that's the point. You can still snag a cozy apartment near the beach for around $90,000. Plus, you get those iconic Mediterranean vibes. Crumbling stone buildings, souvlaki in one hand, real estate listings in the other. And did we mention no property tax for many buyers? It's practically patriotic to invest here. Larnaca's airport is also a major hub, meaning you're always a direct flight away from much of Europe. That makes it an underrated gem for remote workers and retirees alike. Fast Wi-Fi, sea views, and low taxes. Name a better trio. And yes, the food is unreal. Halloumi, lookamades, fresh grilled octopus. If you're going to eat your way to early retirement, this is a place to do it. And your wallet won't hate you for it. Number 13. Kavala, Greece. Whitewash houses, turquoise water, killer gyros. But here's the twist. You're not in Mykonos. You're in Kavala, a seaside town in northern Greece where property prices still make sense. Think charming stone homes under $80,000. Yes, euros. You'll have a castle view, a beach within walking distance, and locals who actually smile when they see tourists. Kavala's beauty is authentic, not curated. Think fishing boats bobbing in the harbor, families grilling sardines on their balconies, and winding alleyways filled with cats and laughter. It's a lived-in, fully functional city, not a postcard frozen for a tourist season. And don't underestimate the rental potential. While it's not flooded with influencers yet, Kavala is gaining recognition among travelers who want authentic experiences. That means your property could pay for itself, or at least your tzatziki habit. Number 12. Mersin, Turkey. Now this is where things get spicy, literally and financially. Mersin is where you get beachfront condos starting around $40,000. That's not a typo. This Turkish gem is overlooked, underrated, and blissfully devoid of cruise ships and spring break influencers. Throw in epic cuisine, palm-lined boulevards, and a cost of living so low it's practically suspicious, you'll forget Istanbul even exists. Mersin is one of the largest ports in Turkey, which means there's actual economic activity here, not just tourism. That brings stability, solid infrastructure, and a growing international population. It's not just cheap, it's sustainable. And let's talk about investment. Turkey allows foreigners to buy property easily, and the Turkish lira's exchange rate often works in your favor. Just keep an eye on local laws and political shifts, and maybe keep that lawyer on speed dial. 11. Crotone, Italy. Everyone loves Italy until they see the price tag. Crotone is your coastal hack. In Calabria, the toe of the boot. This town offers beach views, medieval architecture, and real estate listings that feel like a scam but aren't. Some places even dip into the $25,000 range for fixer-uppers. It's the seaside version of those $1 houses, except this time, you actually want to live there. The catch? You'll need a vision and maybe a toolbox. Many of the cheapest homes need renovation, but that also means customization. Want a wine cellar? A rooftop terrace? Build it into your future escape. But it's not just about aesthetics. Calabria is one of the few parts of Italy where tourism hasn't exploded. That means you'll find authentic experiences, unspoiled beaches, and espresso that's still €1. Local incentives might sweeten the deal, too. Some municipalities offer grants or tax reductions to attract foreign buyers and revitalize the economy. It's a win-win. You get a dream spot, they get community growth. Oh, and let's not ignore the wine. Calabria's vineyards are criminally underrated. Your weekly groceries might include fresh ricotta, homemade pasta, and a bottle of Nero di Evola, all for under €30. Number 10. Tivat, Montenegro, the budget Monaco. Montenegro, the love child of Croatia and Switzerland, but with fewer influencers and way cheaper cappuccinos. Tivat gives you seaside luxury without the luxury markup. Studio apartments near the bay start around $80,000, and you're right next to Porto Montenegro, where billionaires dock their toys and you pretend not to stare. Bonus, Montenegro is gunning for EU membership. Translation, property values are about to glow up. Tivat isn't just for yacht watchers. The town has its own airport, making access easier than most coastal destinations. And with no visa required for many nationalities and residency pathways through real estate, moving here can be as smooth as the Adriatic itself. The local vibe? Think slow mornings, marina sunsets, and fresh seafood caught hours before it hits your plate. You'll find high-end cafes next to mom-and-pop bakeries, which means you can choose between luxury or local charm, or both, depending on your mood. Plus, Montenegro has one of the lowest tax rates in Europe. A flat 9% on most income means your money goes further, whether you're retired or running an online business. No wonder this place is quietly becoming a haven for stealth wealth. And if you ever get bored, you won't. You're a short drive from Kotor's old town, the wild beauty of Dermot National Park, and the surreal blue of Lake Skadar. Tivat's not just a destination. It's a launch pad to some of Europe's best hidden gems. Number 9. Nabil, Tunisia. Bet you didn't expect Tunisia on this list. But Nabil, just down the coast from the capital Tunis, is where beachside homes start around $30,000. No joke. The Mediterranean sparkles the same. The sunset slap just as hard. And the baguettes are better than half of Paris. Yes, there's red tape. And yes, you'll need a local lawyer. But for the price of a used Toyota, you could have a house on the beach. Nabil blends French colonial architecture with Arab tradition, creating a rich cultural experience that feels both familiar and exotic. You'll hear French on the street, smell spices in the air, and shop for olives like you're in a Mediterranean-themed dream. Markets here are vibrant and massive. You can pick up ceramics, fresh figs, saffron, and handmade furniture, all within walking distance of your beachside flat. Living well in Nabil doesn't require a luxury budget, just curiosity and maybe a bargaining instinct. Tunisia's economy is stable enough to support long-term investment, and some areas near Nabil are seeing growth in tourism and infrastructure. It's still early, which means you're ahead of the curve, not behind it. And with international schools, cafes with solid Wi-Fi, and direct access to Tunis Airport, Nabil's becoming a serious option for expats who want lifestyle, affordability, and just a touch of the unexpected. Number 8. Almeria, Spain. Spain has its hot spots: Barcelona, Marbella, Ibiza. But if you like sunshine and savings, Almeria is your secret weapon. Located in Andalusia, Almeria has sandy beaches, Moorish castles, and this is not a drill, apartments from $70,000. Plus, it's one of the sunniest places in Europe. If you got solar panels and a mojito, you're basically self-sufficient. This city is overlooked by most foreign buyers, but the locals know what's up. Almeria has a deep cultural history, including a jaw-dropping fortress that rivals anything in Granada, and the tapas, still free with drinks. A tradition that hasn't been gentrified away. You're also near Cabo de Gata, a natural park with hidden beaches, volcanic cliffs, and some of the best diving in the Med. It's Spain at its most raw and cinematic, and it's just a short drive from downtown Almeria. Unlike overbuilt parts of the coast, Almeria still feels local. Your neighbors are likely to be Spanish families, fishermen, and students, not just retirees and expats. That keeps the soul of the place intact and keeps prices grounded. If you're into long-term growth, note this: Spain is investing in high-speed rail, and Almeria is on the future route map. Translation? Now is the time to buy, before the rest of Europe figures it out. Number 7. Seaside, Albania. Let's revisit Albania, because this one's wild. Seaside is a postcard-perfect town, right across from the Greek island of Corfu. But while Corfu will gut your bank account, Seaside will give you sea view apartments for $50,000. That's right, Greek scenery, Balkan prices. It's like showing up to the VIP section with a Groupon and somehow getting in. Seaside has seen a tourism boom in recent years, but it hasn't hit saturation yet. You'll still find quiet coves, friendly locals, and restaurants where a seafood feast costs less than a Starbucks run in London. The town is built along a curved bay, which means nearly every apartment has some kind of view, even the cheap ones. The sunsets over Corfu are unreal, and the sound of the sea is your default background noise, thanks to growing infrastructure, including a brand new promenade and expanding port. Seaside is slowly evolving from backpacker paradise to real estate hot zone, but the prices haven't caught up yet. And fun fact, you can take a ferry to Corfu in 30 minutes. So, yes, you can brunch in Greece and be home for a beer in Albania. Try doing that anywhere else for under $5. Absolutely. Let's keep the rhythm, but dial up the flavor. Here's a continuation with number 6 through number 1, packed with vivid imagery, humor, and dense info, all wrapped in an irresistibly watchable tone. Number 6, Marsala, Sicily. Welcome to Marsala. No, not the chicken dish, the actual town. Sitting on Sicily's western tip, Marsala is wine-soaked, sun-drenched, and still relatively unknown. Properties hover around $60, 000, 80, 000. You'll get cobble streets, seafood so fresh it might fight back, and the kind of orange-pink sunsets that make you question every life choice you've ever made. Also, wine tasting for $5. Just saying, Marsala isn't trying to impress you, and that's exactly why it does. This is a town where grandmothers still hang laundry between Baroque balconies, and the fish market doubles as a social club. Every alley feels like a film set nobody told you about. Unlike tourist-crushed towns in northern Italy, Marsala moves at its own lazy pace. Locals sip espresso like it's a religious act, and you'll quickly learn that domani tomorrow is a valid answer for absolutely everything. And here's the kicker. Sicily is pushing hard on digital nomad initiatives. You could be sipping Nero di Vola from your beachside balcony while working your remote job, all with shockingly fast internet and zero commute. Number 5, Kyrenia, Northern Cyprus. Look, Northern Cyprus is politically complicated, but that's exactly why real estate here is absurdly cheap. In Kyrenia, you can get new-build, sea-view properties for $50,000 to $70,000. The views? Unreal. The legalities? Slightly murky. But for bold investors and dreamers with a backup lawyer, it's one of the best deals in the entire Med. History, beaches, and just enough chaos to make it interesting. Expats here are a tight but growing community. Brits, Russians, and adventurous Europeans are quietly buying up beachfront units, especially in areas like Ezantep. There's a sense of being in on something before it blows up. Yes, you'll want legal advice. Property law in Northern Cyprus is unique. But if you've got the patience, the return on investment can be wild. Plus, where else can you live in a geopolitical thriller with mezzi platters? Number 4, Castellón de la Plana, Spain. Ever heard of Castellón? Probably not. And that's your advantage. Tucked between Valencia and Barcelona, this low-key city offers golden beaches, chill locals, and homes under $90,000. It's Spain, but without the tourist tax. Your neighbors won't be British retirees. They'll be actual Spaniards. You'll have paella, not TikTokers. Bliss. Castellón is a Spain you hoped existed. Authentic, affordable, and absurdly livable. The beaches stretch for miles and stay quiet even in peak season. Meanwhile, downtown serves up Gothic cathedrals and old-school tapas bars like it's no big deal. There's real life here. Universities, hospitals, a tram line, which means you can stay long-term without missing modern conveniences. And bonus, the airport is 30 minutes away and shockingly well connected for how under the radar this place is. property here is still underpriced because it's been overshadowed by louder cities. But that's changing. As remote workers flee overcrowded tourist zones, Castellan is quietly becoming a haven for the smart money crowd. And let's not skip the food. Between the orange groves, local rice dishes, and seafood pulled straight from the Med, Castellan will spoil your taste buds so thoroughly, you might forget what fast food even is. Number 3. Trapani, Sicily. Trapani is where dreams go to tan. Historic, dramatic, cheap. This town feels like it was designed by someone drunk on architecture and gelato. It's got Baroque churches, sea breezes, and homes under $70,000. You're a ferry ride from the Egadi Islands. Your meals come with wine by default, and nobody cares what time it is. And if you're a sunset person, welcome home. Trapani faces west, one of the few towns in Sicily that does, meaning the entire coastline turns into a watercolor painting every evening. It's like nature designed it just for your camera roll. Add in proximity to Sicily's best wineries, ancient Greek ruins, and Europe's best cannoli, and Trapani becomes less of a town and more of a lifestyle upgrade waiting to happen. Number 2, Bar Montenegro. It's literally named Bar. And no, that's not why it made the list. But it doesn't hurt. Bar is Montenegro's underdog port town. It's got mountain views, clean beaches, and real estate deals that will make your accountant cry tears of joy. You'll find seaside homes for as low as $45,000. Plus, they have direct trains to Belgrade. Trains with windows through the Balkans. It's a Wes Anderson dream. Bar has a vibe that's hard to pin down. Part Mediterranean port, part Eastern European chill zone. You'll find ancient olive trees next to Soviet era blocks, and all somehow works. It's gritty, green, and gorgeous. The newer part town is modernizing fast, with cafes, co-working spaces, and sea view condos being scooped up by young Montenegrins and savvy foreigners. The old town? Straight out of a history book, with cobbled streets and views that go full postcard. Montenegro's residency laws are foreigner-friendly, and taxes are low, especially for those with remote income. If you're looking for a place that feels like a hidden level in a video game, this is it. And when you get tired of being grounded, hop a boat. Bar is a ferry port too, with connections to Italy and beyond. You don't just live here, you launch adventures from here. And the bonus mention, Durrës, Albania. You thought Albania was just that country Borat couldn't point on a map? Think again. Durrës is where ancient Roman ruins meet shockingly affordable real estate. We're talking beachfront apartments for under $50,000. The Adriatic glows blue. The food is absurdly good, and you're only a short hop to Italy by ferry, in case you miss overpriced gelato. Sure, the infrastructure can be developing, but so is your future tax haven. What makes Durrës stand out is its absurd cost-to-quality ratio. A 2-bedroom apartment with a sea view might set you back less than a year's rent in a mid-tier U.S. city. And you're not sacrificing lifestyle. The beach promenades are full of cafes. People are warm and multilingual, and living costs are half what you'd expect for a coastal city. The history here is no joke. We're talking Roman amphitheaters, Byzantine walls, and Ottoman mosques, all scattered around your morning coffee spot. There's a lived-in authenticity to Durrës. Not a sterilized, influencer-filtered vibe. It's raw, beautiful, and growing. Foreigners are beginning to notice, but the wave hasn't fully crashed yet. That gives you a window, a narrow one, to grab something before prices surge. Tourism is growing fast, and local laws still favor buyers who get in early. Oh, and if you're thinking long-term, Albania's candidate status for EU membership is inching forward. If and when that happens, your $50,000 apartment could triple in value, and you'll already be sipping raki on your paid-off patio. And finally, number 1, the crown jewel of cheap Mediterranean dreams. Monastir, Tunisia. Monastir is what happens when you mix French colonial architecture, North African soul, and Mediterranean coastline. Then slap on a price tag from 2003. Homes near the beach go for as low as $20,000. You read that right. 20,000. It's warm year-round. The seafood is next level. And the call to prayer echoing over the sea at sunset, pure cinematic magic. Monastir feels like time forgot it. in the best possible way. The beaches are wide, white, and virtually empty. Palm trees line the promenades. The Medina hums with life, but you can still hear the ocean over it all. Healthcare is affordable. The food is world-class, couscous anyone, and there's a growing expat community centered around a university and coastal developments. It's not just a beach town, it's a livable city with a soul. Want to stretch your money? Tunisia's cost of living is one of the lowest on the Med. We're talking $3 dinners, $10 taxis across town, and rent that makes landlords in the West look criminal. The best part? You'll feel like you discovered something, because you did. While everyone else was chasing overpriced Greek ruins and Spanish tapas bars, you found the real Mediterranean dream, and it only cost you 20 grand. Look, the Mediterranean dream doesn't have to mean luxury yachts and overpriced Aperol spritzers. It can mean modest balconies, quiet beaches, and the sound of waves lapping against your new, paid-off front porch. These aren't just cheap places. They're escape routes. From burnout, from rent, from that creeping voice saying, "Is this really all there is?" So maybe it's time to stop scrolling, start planning, and finally, find your spot in the sun. Your Seaside stories out there. All you have to do is move